Hi, travelers. I got the wrong glasses on. That's why I'm laughing. Hang on one second. Let me just pull another pair out. Hold on. Okay, that's better. Now, this is going to be your general mini cross elemental reading for the air sign. So this will be for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. I would suggest that you look back over the other elemental readings for your moon and rising sign in case this one does not resonate with you. We are coming up on the new moon in Scorpio, falling at 13 Scorpio. I have just posted, I don't know what the animals are doing. I have just posted the moon report over on the website member, so you can go over and take a look. I've also plotted out for you, depending on your sun sign, where that moon will be falling, and that may tell you what area of life might be affected or it's time to do something new, okay? But then on the 19th of November, we have our full moon in Taurus, and I thought I wrote it down. If I did, I don't know where I wrote it. Our full moon is going to be in Taurus. Let me see if I can take a look for you right quick at what degree that's going to be falling. I know I have it. That's November 17th. That's the 18th. That's the 19th. Is that right? I think. I don't know why that says Gemini. Hold on. Let me look at my chart here. Transits for November 19th. Right. I don't know why it's actually going to be in the sign of Taurus. And I have that written down. And I don't know if it's that 0 Taurus or 27 Taurus. You know, I don't like my new program that I have here. But anyway. See, current transits. And then I want to fast forward this to the 19th. So let me just fast forward it here. Go back. November 19th. Right, it's showing me it's in Gemini, but I don't think that's right. Hold on one second, because I've been telling everybody else that it's in the sign of, what month am I in? November 19th. Oh, it is in Gemini. It is not in Taurus. Well, I don't know why I got that, where I got Taurus from. So that was incorrect on all fronts. It's actually in Gemini. So I was correct when I told you that it's going to be a Gemini. Right. I don't know where I got Taurus from. Because I was making it a point that this full moon, the new moon, is going to be in the sign of Scorpio. It's kind of gearing us up for the nodal change of the signs. They'll be moving into South Node into Scorpio, North Node into Taurus, but this will be in January. And so, I don't know how I got that so wrong and what I was looking at when I was looking at it. But I'll have to go back and correct that on the other videos, make a little note underneath there. So, I have with me the Radiant White deck. I have with me the La Vida Sibila for clarification should we need. And we're going to wrap the reading up with a Golden Nostradamus card. Okay, I've already done some meditation and shuffling on your sign. This is a general reading, so the messages will not resonate with everyone. If you recognize the situation, or if you'd like a bit more information into, if you'd like a reading, let me put it that way, and a bit more information into your own insight into your own personal situation, you can click on the eye that's going to show up right there in the right hand corner, and that'll take you directly over to the website. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around, and we're going to lay the cards. Okay. Make a note to myself after I finish this to go back and correct that information in the other two videos. I have no clue where I got that from Taurus. That's just weird. I saw it someplace, but I don't know where I saw it. Alrighty then. So we will start with what is at the heart of the situation. It is the Temperance card. What is the foundation? Wow. It is the Wheel of Fortune. So I have two Jupiter cards pretty much. This card represents the sign of Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. The Wheel of Fortune is ruled by Jupiter and represents the sign of Sagittarius. Okay, so what is the energy of the near or distant past? It is the Queen of Coins. What is the unknown factor coming in for the month of November? It is the Two of Coins. And what is the energy of the near or distant future? Well, it is a King of Wands. Fire sign perhaps would be Aries, Leo, and or Sagittarius. Now, even though this is an air sign reading, you can, even as an air sign, show up as the Queen of Pentacles. This would tell me about perhaps what you do for a living. Perhaps you are a banker or an accountant, or maybe you work in retail, or maybe you're a stockbroker, or an economist, something of that nature. In terms of a personality trait, would be someone who is pretty grounded, down to earth, extremely generous and kind, like small animals, is into the environment, and those things. Okay. Now, if this is not you, okay, if that does not represent you, even if you are a female and maybe you are a business owner, maybe there's something you're going to have to do. You can show up as a king as well. And this king typically, as an individual, this person may have maybe a strawberry blonde or light complected, may have blue eyes or light colored eyes, is usually the entrepreneurial type, right? He does a lot of delegation. He tells people what to do. He's full of ideas, full of fire, full of life, okay? And so that is kind of the personality trait of this individual. I do have these two major arcana cards, and I think something that's leaping out at me, and I don't quite understand what the cards are trying to show me as of yet. There's this disc, yeah? And even back here, the corona around the clown, the corona around the angel's head. Now, right in the center, well, let's turn over the deck and see what the overall energy is, and it is the Seven of Wands. Well, okay. So, basically, the wands represent your passion, your focus, your determination, your drive, all right? What does it take for you to get up every day and do those things that you do? What are you passionate about? What are you driven about, right? Normally, traditionally, it represents the idea of work and career. Then I have these two pentacles. I have the pentacles here, and the pentacles represent the financial and material plane, but also the doing of something, that third dimensional aspect. What do I do to make money? What do I do that is valuable to me, or that I can turn into something valuable, right? And right in the center, I have this Temperance card. This is a card of moderation. This is a card of balance. This is moderating not allowing your emotions to get the better of your logic, and not being so logical that you leave out the emotions. It is finding that balance between the two cups, pouring the water back and forth between the two. The mixture, the combination, the recombination. This card is also known as the reconciliation card. Now, reconciliation can mean maybe you might get back together, reconciling with someone, or reconciling a situation. But it can also mean simply reconciling the two different opposites. Okay? And the reason why I say that is because I have this Two of Pentacles at the top. Twos always represent some type of choice, okay? Or decision, or duality, or opposition. In other words, this could be you being opposed within yourself about something, or someone who's actively against you, actively opposing you. either way, it requires some type of choice or decision needing to be made. Now, there's this element of travel here as well. Sagittarius represents foreigners, people who are foreign to you. Not necessarily people of different races or religions, but someone who's completely different from you. That's a foreigner to you, someone who's kind of unknown to you. It represents imports and exports and higher education. Also philosophy and astrology and religion. It is the guru sign. So these two things in the center, this travel, maybe long distances. I've seen the Wheel of Fortune sometimes speak about, it almost emulates the World card in terms of energy. But I think bringing that back down, I have these nodes here represented on each side, the 4 fixed signs: Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. So this could be an indication of something changing as we move towards the nodal change in January, okay, of 2022. Whatever the case may be, this decision has, maybe you're all at sea about it, trying to make the choice. You're up, you're down, you're all around, you're being cast, thrown about, whipped about by the waves, okay, trying to maintain your balance. I've seen this card when you have to make a decision between 2 choices or 2 options. Maybe you're working 2 jobs. Maybe you're trying to balance 2 things, 2 people, 2 situations. I think having the 7 of Wands over the top of the reading kind of gives me some indication that sevens represent a moment of questioning, of self-doubt, okay? And feeling isolated or isolation. You're trying to move through whatever it is you've got going on. But as you can see here, there's 6 things coming up from below him. He's on the higher ground. He's got his stave and he's just trying to beat back those things. So I've seen this. This tells me that something was, for lack of a better term, there was some kind of victory or moment of success here, right? Maybe you took on a new project and it's coming into fruition, and now you've got a lot of irons in the fire and you're just trying to handle one thing at a time. Again, the 2 shoes. Now, the traditional meaning of the 2 shoes, and you see he's got on a boot and he's got on a shoe. I don't know if that's ever happened to you when you've been rushing around and you get to work. Maybe you got 2 different color shoes, one blue, one black, or 2 different color socks on. But this is also, this idea of being of 2 minds about something. What I like about this card is that it says you're in a better position than you realize. And whatever is happening, you do have the strength and the fortitude to, quote unquote, fight your way through this. All right. So the only cards that I can really look at, because these are traditionally cards, is this 2 of Pentacles as it relates to the Temperance and the Wheel of Fortune. I'm not getting much else information out of this. And so what I'm going to do is perhaps take a look. I think the key is this card in the center. So let me take a look at the 2 of Pentacles to see if it will give me any information. It gives me absolutely no information being next to these 2 cards. And I can't look at these 2 because they traditionally represent people. I think what's interesting is that both of these characters are faced towards the past, even though this guy is sitting in a somewhat future position. Okay? He's looking through the Temperance, through the moderation, towards this Queen. And so let me give you a few keywords onto the Temperance card. It's kind of funny. My cards say, my guide said, well, at least it's not the Hanged Man, right? I don't know if somebody out there is talking about the Hanged Man. So this card is asking you to maintain balance. Do not be hasty or rush things at this time. Show inner strength and patience, and you will find success in your endeavors. It indicates a focus on reassessing situations that had seemed to be in the past, but may have reemerged again to be dealt with. This represents moderation, management, and economy, and tells that it may be necessary to live frugally and manage your affairs carefully. It asks that you explore your emotions by considering the things you desire and the things that you dread. I think that's quite interesting. But it doesn't tell me anything about this Two of Pentacles here or here. And so what I want to do, I suppose, what is this choice or this decision all about? The desire nature opposed against what you should do or you shouldn't do. Maybe that's what this is all about. Here we go. The Messaggere. News from far away. The Donna de Servizio. The concept of help, a positive card. She's like not an intensifier, but an action verb. So some news coming in to help, something positive. Let's see what the rest of the sentence says. The Vecchia Signora. Now, the Vecchia Signora typically represents older relatives or someone in the family that's like an older relative, so a grandmother or an aunt. Okay, typically the person might be not necessarily wealthy, but quote-unquote well-to-do. But in terms of a situational issue, she's also a 2, by the way. She's a 2 of spades. She is also... It represents someone who has accepted a situation and has learned to cope with it well. It represents life experience, good advice, tradition, conservative views, and a harmonious family environment. But it also represents the end of a phase, a waning of some kind, situations that are about to terminate and or decline, and something or someone that is losing its hold upon you. Now, the card foretells of a slow change, a structural change, or a situation that will resolve itself over time. It says, in financial matters, it indicates an established business, a family business, old projects that flourish, wealth accumulated over time, a rich family, or traditional products made in the old-fashioned way. In love, it indicates someone who is attached to their family, to traditional views, and to the love of one's extended family, especially a female relative or someone who is comparable to a relative. But it can also indicate a deep love, not based on shallow motives or physical appearance, but based upon common interest and a true soul connection. It can indicate a lover from a past life and or a soulmate. That's what the card says. Now, interestingly, this card sometimes has that same thing, a messenger, a spirit guide coming in to help. It offers help no matter what. So I don't know what this choice is, but I think whatever the choice is, it is something major for you. Okay, let's see if the Seven of Wands can give us a bit more of an indication here. What is the whole idea of feeling hushed or rushed or worried? Because we see that this queen is focused on her pentacle. Let's see. The stanza. The precious presence. And the l'amante, male. Well, I don't know if maybe some of you have met someone, or maybe someone you will be meeting someone here in the month of November. Very well could be. The stanza card is quite an interesting card to come out on this 7. The card speaks about two people who are very close to each other, who know secrets about each other. What is number is that? It is the Ace of Coins. So, the rune. 3 meanings. The first is opening one's heart to another and telling them a secret. This is derived from the two people who have been facing one another in conversation. It is a card of confessions, secrets, classified information, of privacy, and of trusting someone with the secret and or very sensitive information. If this is about a friendship, it describes two people who know each other very well, and it indicates a best friend or someone who knows a secret about the other. The second meaning represents intimacy and sex. It can indicate sometimes a clandestine encounter. Well, that's with another card. It's not here. Maybe that's what you're fighting. Okay, maybe that's what you're... Remember I said the choice between the desire nature and what it is you want to do. Generally, it describes a very important meeting of a sensitive nature. Okay? It is a very dynamic card and indicates situations that are rapidly evolving and that will soon bring a different set of events. In this regard, it foretells of upcoming news, developments, and possible visitors. If you have been waiting for a response and or for news or a package to arrive, this card helps to herald that. Along with the precious presence. Advice given. That is another Diamonds card. There's the 3. There are many meanings to this, but basically the neutral meaning of this is a gift, an homage, or a present, and represents an opportunity or proposal or offer of some kind. Okay? And represents precious advice that will be given to you, as well as a gift of considerable value. Well, on its own, it's not on its own. In financial matters, it is extremely positive. It heralds a prosperous business, career advancement, advantageous business proposal, and subsequent wealth. It indicates having the means to expand and fulfill one's desires. In love, it can indicate a couple that shares common goals and are able to compromise to work together and live harmoniously under the same roof. Or it indicates commonality of interest and ideas between two people. Villamante. Now, this is an interesting card because basically it represents a lover, someone who is by nature the person, he is the Knight of Cups. Someone from his late 20s to mid 40s. And basically it indicates situations that are in a developmental phase. It can sometimes foretell of a welcome surprise, positive news, a passionate love affair, and the fulfillment of a dream. What it does is it places great emphasis on feelings and that you will be living through a particularly sensitive and emotional time. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe you're fighting feelings for somebody, or maybe you will be in the future. I don't know. So, it's quite intriguing there, air signs. So, formulate one question for the Golden Nostradamus card. That's an interesting card. That's an interesting reading. Not a whole lot of information, but, something funny just came to me. She's got a rabbit, and he's got a lizard. And what I heard was like cats and dogs. Like you like a particular type of animal, and the other person's gonna like another particular kind of animal. But it doesn't mean that the animals don't get along with each other. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that just literally, it's like he likes cats and you like dogs, or you like dogs and he likes cats, right? Something like that. So I just heard it come through. All right, so let's formulate, because it speaks to two different natures, and I don't think it's really two different natures. I think this is what you do, but I do think that this describes his nature 100%, and maybe in connection with work or some kind of project or something. Here we go. It is the ivy. This is the second time this card has come out. It just came out, I think, in the earth sign reading. The ivy. Listen, because I thought this was really interesting. Nothing is sweeter, nothing surer than the comfort of pure friendship. Look around, because a friend or someone you love will help you, support you, and will be faithful. You will be helped and favored by someone close to you. Maybe that's what this is. Maybe that's a whole lot of sublimation, a whole lot of moderation, and when y'all really want to get together. I don't know, So that's what I have for you, air signs. I do hope that helped. And again, if you'd like a reading or you want more information on how to book a reading with me, you can click on the little eye that's going to come up there. And until next time, namaste. Be well, stay safe.